In the previous lesson we looked at using a sine rule in order to find either the side or an angle, provided that we knew a pair. In this lesson we're going to look at the cosine rule, which looks maybe a little bit more complicated. We're going to look at using it to find a side if you know the corresponding angle and the other two sides, and we're also going to use it to try and figure out an angle when we know all three sides. So in the booklets you've got, if you turn to page 4, and the first one we're going to look at is using the cosine rule to find the length of a side. We're going to tackle this problem here where we've got the triangle. It's a non-right angled triangle. We know that this side here is 6 centimetres, this side is 10, and we're trying to figure out the length of this side when we know this angle here. Unlike the previous examples, we don't have a pair that we can use. By pair I mean an angle and its corresponding side, so we can't use a sine rule. First thing I would say is, once you've decided that you're using the cosine rule, write it down, and at this point don't worry about the letters, just make sure that you've got the information that forms a V shape, like so. So here we've got the angle we've got the two sides, so that's the information we have forming a V shape, and we'll try to figure out the length of the side opposite the angle. So to start off with, it's just a case of, as I said, forget about the letters, just substitute in the numbers. So instead of A, we've got X. Instead of B, we've got 10. Instead of C, we've got 6. And we just substitute these numbers in. For the angle A, we're talking about this angle here, 47 degrees. We'll put all that into the equation. It doesn't matter which way around you put the 10 and the 6. It doesn't matter which way around you put B and C. It makes no difference. And the next step is probably one that's going to save you a bit of time. Don't worry trying to work out these things individually at this point. Just go straight to using your calculator. We'll try to figure out what X is. This formula here tells us what X squared is. So in order to figure out what X is, we're going to start off to get from X squared to X by taking the square root of all of this. So just go straight into finding the square root, then use brackets, and then just type this whole thing in. Remember to close your brackets, and you should get that answer there. Remember, at National 5, you need to give the unrounded answer to a few decimal places, and then you need to round answer. So back to the question, it says give your answer to 3 significant figures. So we need to round this to 3 significant figures, which comes to 7.36 centimetres. You should now go and do exercise 26B on page 302 and try some from questions 1, 2 and 5.